Hey, hi, hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to get to know more about MCP. So we are going to see what is MCP and why do we need to use an MCP and how to integrate this MCP, right? So let's get into the video. We are using AI assisted chatbots, right? We are using ChatGPT, we are using Gemini, we are using Claude, and we are using so many other AI assisted chatbots. We are using it to do most of our tasks these days, right? So we are using it for content creation. We are using it as a writing assistant. So we are asking it to write an email for us. We are generating images out of it. We are generating videos out of it, and people are using it for research and summarizing the long content. And many of our developers, they are developing applications using AI assisted code tool. There are many AI assisted code tools. We have Cloud Code, we have Codex, we have Cursor, and people are using for translation from one language to another language, right? And they are using for their learning. So there is no doubt that these LLMs are powerful, but still it cannot do a couple of things. Say, for example, if I ask it to send an email to a particular email ID. See, it is saying it cannot send the emails directly. It doesn't have access to my email account. Uh, Let me try one more thing. Show the list of files from my desktop. So it is saying it doesn't have access to my computer file system. So the reason is quite obvious, right? So these LLMs are trained heavily on the public data, but it doesn't have access to our personal stuffs. Say it will not have access to the Google Drive. It will not have access to the WhatsApp. Or you can send a message to some number in WhatsApp, right? So we need some kind of mechanism to connect this LLM with this external system, right? So we'll see about it in the next section. Every AI application before MCP, they build their own custom integration to connect with this external systems. So they build connectors, integrators, but it has got more customizations because each services they had different kind of payload, different authentication strategies, and different APIs. They haven't had a unified way to do so, and it become very hard for LLM to interact, and also it become very hard to maintain and become very difficult to scale. To address this issue, Anthropic came up with a solution called MCP, Model Context Protocol. So after this solution, things have become very simpler. So it become very easy for an AI to connect to any tools or file systems, databases, external systems, and they've released it as an open source. So already other LLM models like Gemini and GPT, they've started adopting this approach, and they've been using it. You might have heard this analogy at many places that MCP is a USB-C for AI applications. With that, what they mean is we might have seen a little old laptops, right? Where we had many ports. There is a charging port to connect to a charger. There is an HDMI port to connect to an external monitor, and there is a port to connect our USB pen drive, and there is a port for audio jack to get inserted, right? But after introducing USB-C, things have become very simpler. So there is a common port, right? So with that port, you can connect any external system. It is MCP is similar to that. So with MCP, things have become very structured, standard, APIs become very standardized, and it is using unified auth, and payloads are become very consistent. They've structured the payload in such a way so that LLM can easily understand, and it is very scalable also. So for this example, we are going to see one file system MCP. So I'm going to clone this project from this website. This is an official MCP server website. So I have it cloned in my local. This is the repository. So this is a TypeScript project basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to So I've already installed node modules in it. All I have to do is I have to build the project. So once it has built, so you can see this disk fold in it. So from where the files get served, then we have to go to the Claude desktop config file. And we have to add this particular object in it. So we have to give the arguments as the path to that index file which is in the disk folder, and also we have to give for which folder the MCP should have access to. We should be very careful. We should not give all the folders and file system in it, because then it will have the permission to do anything in our file system. So once it is done, come to your Claude. Okay, so here make sure you have you can see this file system in it, and try to restart the Claude once. So once it has got restarted, you can try accessing the file with the file system. So if you see, it is even after restarting, it is giving me this error. You can specify to use the particular connector. I think this is needed for the first time. Subsequently, so it will understand to which connector it should locate to address this kind of terms. So if you see, it is listing all the files and folders. It is categorizing by images, videos, everything, and it is giving me the list. So in this video, we have seen what is an MCP server, why they built an MCP server, and how to configure one MCP server in Claude, right? So in the next video, we'll go a little deeper. We'll try to develop one MCP server on our own, so that we can understand what all are the transport methods and server objects and various things available in the MCP server in order to develop one. Thank you.